Financial education is such an important thing. It's not something we're taught in schools. It's not something I grew up with. So most people have no idea how finances work, right? I definitely didn't. I went through school and I was never taught about money. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jerry Fetta, owner, founder, CEO of Wealth Dynamics. Hope you're having a good night, a good week. I'm coming to you live with another Finance Friday, right? And I do these every week because financial education is such an important thing. It's not something we're taught in schools. It's not something I grew up with. So most people have no idea how finances work, right? I definitely didn't. I went through school and I was never taught about money. Right? Middle school, high school, I didn't do college because by the time I finished high school, I was like, why would I continue with that? I don't know anything about being an adult or money. And I felt ill-equipped to become an adult, right? When I grew up, I left the house and all this stuff. I was like, how does this money stuff work, right? And so part of my story is I struggled with finances for a long time, okay? And so part of that was I finally realized I needed to get financially educated, right? And this was because I basically went through this period of life where I was struggling. I was, homeless for a while. I was constantly paycheck to paycheck. It was not fun, right? It was something that I really, I was like, man, how do I figure this money stuff out, right? And so when I became a financial advisor, and this was when I was 18 years old, I finally decided the way for me to figure all of this out is to get educated as a professional, become a financial advisor, and I'll learn about money that way. Right? And it wasn't a bad plan. I learned the basics. I started learning some things about budgeting and debt and stuff that I really never grew up understanding. And I realized, man, I wish my parents would have known this. I wish my friends would have known this. I wish my family would know this. And I felt like it was my ethical obligation, my moral duty to share financial education with you. Right? So my vision as the CEO and founder of Wealth Dynamics is I see a planet in the future where the majority of wealth is controlled by good people who have good intentions. And that wealth is used to make the world a better place. Right? And this is not going to happen just by osmosis of wanting to or, having a financial advisor or any of that stuff, because the statistics are saying over and over and over, what we do with our finances currently doesn't work on all levels. Right? 8 out of 10 Americans are paycheck to paycheck. That means 80% of people can't figure out the most basic thing about finances, which is earn more than you spend. Look what just arrived. I just got my copy of the Blueprint to Financial Freedom. Hey, enjoy the rest of the content. I don't want to interrupt you too long, but if you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo or click the link in the description, you can get your copy now. Pay yourself first, right? Paycheck to paycheck means those two things aren't really happening. Right? We get into savings. 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved. Right? So there's a problem with saving money. Then those of you that are watching and you're like, well, I have my 401k and I own a home and I'm married and I have my kids and my family and we're doing all the right stuff, right? Fast forward a couple decades. Okay? Think about when you're 55, 60, around that range. A survey was just conducted on people in that age bracket, and 7 out of 10 of them said it's not realistic for them to be able to retire at age 65 as planned. Okay, the Social Security Administration came out with a survey that said 95% of Americans will not be financially secure at retirement age. So it doesn't matter whether you're broke, whether you're in the middle class, whether you're in the upper middle class, like it's not working. Right? The top 1%, that's 1% of the population. That's a very small number. The top 1% of wealth. What are the 1% doing? Okay, and so what I want to teach you on this Finance Friday is I want to actually teach you how to build a wealth plan. Okay, because as a financial advisor, I help people with financial plans. And that sounds like a smart thing to do. Who would agree? That sounds like a smart, intelligent thing. Do a financial plan. Okay? Well, what does financial mean? Right? Financial just means relating to money, relating to finance. Okay? What are things relating to money and finance? Debt, taxes, insurances, estate planning, wills, trusts, like anything relating to finances. Having an emergency fund is a form of a financial plan. Okay? Financial is huge, right? It's kind of like instead of saying, I want to go on a weight loss plan, it's just like, I want to go on a food plan. Okay, cool. Like, but what are we doing? Are you gaining muscle? You're losing body fat? You're maintaining? What are you trying to do here? That's more than just a food plan. I'm on a weight loss plan. It's not specific enough. Do you see what I'm saying? I want you to change it tonight to a wealth plan. A wealth plan. Because a plan is just literally your future intention. Right? Your future intention. So if I just have a future intention regarding finances, it literally means I just have a future intention regarding some things that have to do with money. That does not mean I'm going to be wealthy. That does not mean I'm going to be financially independent. That does not mean I'm going to be financially free. You see what I'm saying? So the future intention regarding your wealth, regarding your financial independence, regarding your financial freedom, that's what we want to talk about this week. Right? So where does this start? Okay, where does this start? Because I think the starting point is the most important. And really the first thing I want to go over on this is this starts with your vision for the future. Right? This starts with your vision for the future. So the first thing is, look at the future. Right? And I made a mistake on this one. I'll share my mistake with you guys. I'm a realist, I'm analytical. And so I looked at this and I was like, okay, that's a little bit, like fruity. Oh, vision the future and all this stuff that sounds like kumbaya stuff. I'm not into that. Right? And so I skipped this. I didn't think about the future. I was like, well, the future in 10 years, I want $20,000 a month in income. And that was my vision, right? That's not a vision, that's a statistic, right? That's a statistic. That's not really a vision. Like if someone's like, what's the vision for your house? You're not like a $2,500 mortgage payment. No, think, what do you want your house to look like? What do the carpets look like? What do the walls look like? Where is it? How big is it? How many rooms are there? What's the design scheme? What kind of furniture do you have going on? That's the vision. The vision is extremely specific, and it needs to be something that's aesthetic, it's artistic. You want to have that future. It needs to be something good enough for you to do all the work it's going to take to get there. Right? And it needs to be something that's real for you. The reality on it needs to be high. So your future vision needs to be something that you can look at it in the future and you can say, I really want this to happen. I would literally love this. This would be my ideal life. Right? I believe it can happen. Because if you don't believe it can happen, it's not going to. Right? And I would be willing to put the work in for this, regardless of how long it takes. Okay? So you have your vision. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that, right? And that's part of what wealth is. Wealth means abundance and prosperity in all areas of your life. So you need to really think about all the areas of your life when you're thinking about this vision. That's what wealth is. Okay? Now, the next thing you need to do, you need to figure out your passive income number. Right? How much passive income do I need per month on a regular basis? And that's going to be based on, again, what is it going to take for you to create that lifestyle? Right? And then based on that passive income, you can then figure out, all right, step number 3, investing. How much do I need to have invested? How much investing do I need to do? So I wrote it invested. How much investing do I need to do in order to achieve that passive income number? We have a calculator that we're developing for our clients that does just that. Right? How much passive income do you want? Good. How much do you need to invest to get there? Okay? And based on the investing, you would need to figure out step number 4, saving. How much do I need to save into those investments to generate that level of passive income? Okay? Now you might be thinking at this point, oh, this sounds a lot like retirement. No. The passive income, you get it today. right? So for example, I just bought a property in West Virginia. I put about $45,000 into it. It's a seller finance mortgage. I'm not a landlord. I'm gonna get passive income on that thing for the next 20 years. And I'll make about 12% per year on that property, right? So I get that $500 a month, $450 a month, whatever it ends up being. I get that now. It's not something that gets prolonged till I'm 60. That comes into my lifestyle today, right? And I get to experience the increase in my quality of life today. Now I'm gonna save 40% of it for future investing so I can continue to build wealth, right? But I get to keep 60% of it. Sure, there's taxes, but I'm telling you that's gonna increase my family's standard of living. Our quality of life will go up because of the investments I'm making. See, this is why nobody invests. You don't freaking get anything from it for 40 years. I'm not excited about that. Like, I'm 32 years old next month, so I'm not like, man, I can't wait till I'm 60. No, I'm going to get passive income next month from that property and from all of my properties and from my businesses, right? That's how investing should work. So why would I save? I would save to be able to do that because I'm putting money into vehicles that I'm going to generate passive income in now that's going to improve my quality of life now, not in a retirement account 60 years from now. Now, here's the thing. Step number 5, you would need to then earn enough money to save, enough money to invest, enough money to achieve your passive income number to make your financial vision a reality. Okay, this is all of the intricacies of it. This is as complicated as it gets. Now, here's where people fall short. They fall short on number 1. They do not have a future vision. They don't think about what's life going to be like. Let me tell you what, you will have a future. Time will go by, years will pass, decades will go by, and you'll wake up one day and it will be the future. You will be in your future. Now, what's it going to look like? You're in control of that. And that's the thing nobody ever taught us, guys. That's the most important thing. You dictate your future 100%. The things you think, what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, what you do with your money, all of that adds up to create your future. It even applies to your kids. The stuff you do that you don't think your kids are paying attention to, I guarantee you they're copying that stuff. You're not just dictating your future, you're dictating their future. The things you do with your money, they are going to copy you. The mindsets you have, they are going to copy you. The attitudes you have, they are going to copy you. It's cute to think they're their own little personality. No, I remember being a kid. You copy your parents quite a bit. Right? So if you're doing the right thing, you're saying, good, I'm earning enough income, I'm saving enough income, I'm investing, our quality of life is going up, we're achieving passive income, we're talking about that, we're celebrating that in our family, it's a known thing, right? Your kids are going to copy that. They're going to do it. More is caught than taught as a parent, as a family member, as a kid, right? You learn through observation. So here's the part people fail, the vision and the goals, the future, right? And it will be there, like I mentioned. But the other thing is, you would need a vehicle to earn the income you're going to earn. Okay, now here's what I see happen often. I'll talk with people, and I've been doing this for almost a decade and a half now, helping people with their finances. Most people get caught up in trying to figure out the answer to the question of what are the best investments, Jerry? Where do I invest to get the best returns? I've got a guy right now blowing up my phone. I want to know about this investment. I want to know about that investment. I want to know about this investment. The investing is the easy part. Investing has been the same forever, right? Like you study the wealthy, they do basically 3 or 4 things. They do businesses, they do real estate, right? They do private equity. They do insurances. Like they're not doing a bunch of things. It's like a small handful of stuff that they've done really well for a long time. Now this idea that there's this myriad of things that you need to pick from and diversification and this medley of all these different options is a new concept. That's only been in the last 40, 50 years of existence. So the wealthy didn't build their wealth that way. The John Rockefellers did not build their wealth that way. The Andrew Carnegies did not build their wealth that way. So if you want to build wealth like they do, what you need to focus on is you need to focus on point number 5 and especially point number 6. The vehicle. How are you going to earn enough income to make a difference. Because I can show you 12% investments, for example, and be like, let's do those. And if you're not making enough money to do them, you're not going to be able to play that game. Okay? So the thing you do to produce your active income is extremely important. And here's the thing. Your purpose, let's put purpose over here. Your purpose needs to align with this one, the future vision, and the vehicle that you are going to use to generate your active income to make this real. Right? If your vision for the future is not aligned with your purpose, right? You're not aligned with your basic purpose on that. You're not going to care about getting there. It's not going to be important enough to do. Right? If your vehicle that you're using to generate that active income is not aligned with your purpose, you're going to hate doing it all the time. Right? And alignment with purpose could be as much as realizing that this is the thing that gets me free in the future. That could be alignment with your purpose. But you need to have some kind of alignment. Right? So the vehicle needs to be in place. Right? Now, the other thing that needs to be in place, let me see if I can scroll down here a little bit. I don't think I can. Yeah, no, so let me write off to the side here. So number 7 would be financial IQ, your money IQ, your financial IQ. Okay, it takes a certain awareness level. It takes a certain awareness level, an intelligence level to look around and say, this is not quite right. We live in America. It's the wealthiest country on the planet. Why is it that only 5% of the population is going to be financially secure at age 65? Why is it that the top 1% owns so much wealth and the bottom 99% owns so little? It doesn't make any sense. So it takes a financial IQ, an awareness and intelligence level to look at that and say, something's off. Right? And then you have to go from the awareness level that something is wrong to then realizing there must be something I don't know. There must be something people, by large and part, don't know about money. That's another level of awareness. Knowing that I don't know. Okay, then there has to be a decision to do something about it. I'm going to begin learning. I'm going to begin studying this stuff. I'm going to begin learning about money. And if you're not in that position where you've made that decision, where you're like, I can see there are clearly haves and have-nots, rather than blaming it on the politics or skin colors or genders or any of this crazy things you hear people blaming it on, I'm going to blame it on the correct thing, which is it looks like the majority of the population doesn't know something about money that the smaller minority does know about money. What about that for a change? Doesn't that make sense? Then you have to have the responsibility level to make that decision. I am going to do something about it. I am going to change my financial IQ. I am going to set my vision for the future. I'm going to figure out my passive income number. I'm going to figure out how much I need to have invested and where I need to invest. I'm going to figure out how to save money, where to save the money. I'm going to figure out how to earn enough income to make it all happen. And I'm going to commit to an active income vehicle that will fuel all of this. And while I do that, I will continue growing my financial IQ. You see, I think that most people miss the mark here because we've never been taught this. You immediately go into finances and what do you hear? You got to know your risk tolerance and you need to know how to diversify and you need to know about stocks and bonds and mutual funds and crypto and your retirement number. And there's all these insurances out there. And money is this very confusing and scary and dangerous thing. Guys, and I'm going to share a real thing with you that I experienced a couple months back last year, right? A financial planner who is terrified of money, right? So you're getting a financial plan rather than a wealth plan from a guy who thinks money is a dangerous topic, who thinks that he needs 3 or 4 different compliance officers overlooking the things he tells his clients before he can tell them to them so that the dangerous money doesn't hurt them. What do you think money is? A serial killer? Like money is it's inanimate and amoral. So if I put money in something that I'm uneducated on, it's not going to work out that well because I don't have the responsibility and control that I need over that thing because I lack the knowledge. That doesn't make money dangerous. You see what I mean? What it makes dangerous is being stupid. Right? Being stupid is dangerous. And that's not just with money, guys. Anything is dangerous when you involve stupid. Driving while stupid, dangerous. Eating while stupid, dangerous. Doing finances while stupid, dangerous. Raising kids while stupid, super dangerous for you and for the kids. Building a house while stupid could be fatal. Going hiking while stupid, you could die. It's not about the activity, it's about the individual. And there's two types of people on this planet. There's two types of people watching or listening to this right now. There are those who take pride in their intelligence and their ability and their aptitude, and they want to have a better life. And they're like, I'm not going to be one of the stupid ones. I'm not going to be one of the people who aren't free. And I realized this week. I was doing some research and some personal development, right? A lot of us are motivated financially, those that are watching right now or listening that are focused on building wealth. You're motivated by not being trapped, by not feeling like you're a slave, by not feeling like you don't have freedom. And that's very good, right? But the thing is, what does a slave actually do? Traditionally speaking, they do things they don't like and get no money in return. That has nothing to do with investing. That has nothing to do with saving. That actually has everything to do with your active income source. If your active income source is something that you don't like to do, and you don't get compensated the way you need to be to do it, that mimics slavery. And I'm not telling you get rid of your job. I'm not telling you that jobs are evil and don't work. I'm saying align your work with your purpose. Figure out how to earn enough income doing it to make your wealth goals real. Because when you like the work and you are getting paid well to do the work, and it is contributing to your future, and it's making your future better, that's not slavery. You actually could have financial freedom in that respect today. Now, you don't need to wait. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Guys, I want to just give you that. And for those of you that are watching, I want to offer you a free copy of my book right now. So if you've not grabbed a copy of my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom, what I want you to do is I want you to go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo. Okay, jerryfetta.com/B2F promo. Grab a copy of the book, right? It's free, and this is going to give you more of the training and more of the education to get you started. The final point on this was the financial IQ. What is the financial IQ? Right? And if you really understand that, which is what's in this book, it builds on the rest, right? So that's all I've got for you this week on Finance Friday. I want to thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. We will be back again next week. Have a great weekend. See you next time.